and welcome to the R&B Show. It's Renee and Brian back again to bring you the best of talk and best of music.
That part where he's like doing una limpieza. Fuera, fuera, que la mala vibra se te vaya. Fuera, fuera. Fuera. Pero ¿cómo dijiste es qué? ¿Y qué tiempo es? ¿De qué?
Shout out time. Boom, boom, súmale, súmale, súmale. Here we go. Shout outs personally from the R&B Show to Jose, Orengo, Jen.
Basically, I've been listening to the show, not from the very beginning, but I have been listening more often. The reason I found out about the show is just, word of mouth. That was as you mentioned, it was a big deal. And also, Facebook page is getting big, obviously. It's like promoting and this and that.
But I really enjoy the show. They not only play music I haven't heard of even yet, but they provide some comedy relief. After a long day of work, just come sit down right before I shower. Sometimes I'll be eating. It's a good routine. I enjoy it.
Hey, hablamos right quick. Let me get settled. I got a song we'll throw on, and we'll come back and get it going. You want to talk about the Romeo songs, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't really look at all of them, but I can try.
We'll just play one and talk about it, see where it goes from there. Make sure your phone's on silent too.
I used to have this communications class. It was a class that I took at Dominican, and in that class afterwards, this professor emailed us. You have a class with him, John J.
Yeah.
And he emailed us about Concordia having radio and television programs, and they have equipment to do radio shows and television, anything related to television. You can do anything. There's going to be some music, variety, just talk about life as a college student. Throw my identity in there, and then talk about stuff that interests me and things that I thought would interest people my age. So I did this show for one semester by myself, and then I found it kind of a little harder to keep it interesting when it's just me and music, talking and things like that. But it's an experience. It was an experience to do it there, but I had already done a radio show before when I was in high school. In high school, I did it at college nearby, where I used to go to school, and I had a radio show there in high school at a college. So that was cool. And then so I decided that maybe somebody at school at Dominican would be interested in also doing the show with me, and that way I would have somebody to work with and bounce back. I just have a conversation with somebody that I thought that on air could hold an interesting conversation.
At first, it was Brian just being part of the radio show, and I know I used to listen way back in the day when Brian was just in the radio show by himself, and it's a huge improvement. Having Renee into the show as well, and then Renee improving throughout the semester has been noticed through their vocalized, how they speak, how they structure the show now, and I feel it's more entertaining now, a lot more fun, and it's also at the same time very informative to the topics that they talk about, like Latino music scene, and they also talk about other types of music, not just Latino music.
El Buxi, eh?
That was DJ Buxi. Never really heard him before, but I like that song.
El Buxi, ¿qué es el hijo del Buki o qué?
Nah, I think he's from like DR or something.
Yeah,
No suena como el hijo del Buki.
No, he wouldn't be doing that kind of music. He'd be in the field and he'd be like, oh, ¿dónde está mi primavera?
¿Dónde está mi invierno? ¿Dónde está mi verano?
Estoy en tu cárcel. If you know songs, you know the references.
So anyways, as you guys know, we couldn't go. We wouldn't just talk about Romel for 1 week. You know, we had to keep bringing him up. So
Yes, we did. So we're gonna bring him up again
just because we like him that
because
much.
you need this in your life.
And he tells you that in every song.
At first, I wasn't really sure about the show because it was kind of unorganized. It wasn't really that great. But then, like, as they got, I guess, more experienced, they got a lot better, and they put on the better music. They had better chemistry on the show, and you could really tell that they were sort of vibing with each other. Probably second semester of last year, and even into this year, it's a lot better. I really like the music.
So then we came back sophomore year, and from there we only did one semester also that year, right?
That 1 year.
We didn't do a whole year. And I guess it was kind of like a full semester, right? Full-ish. But we were kind of experimenting still, especially with each other's talking styles. Like I'm very like reserved, I guess, and he's kind of the opposite. So we were kind of bouncing off each other. It was working, but it wasn't, I guess, refined. You know, it wasn't detailed.
Yeah, it was working. We could hold a conversation because, like you said, I'm more of the guy who initiates it, and then I need you to bounce off ideas, and you're good at, taking what I give you and giving me something back. But we always did find that, either I would be the one interrupting him most of the time because another idea came up,
right?
And it was just there like a 6-year-old, you going, in class, ooh, I know the answer, trying to butt in when Renee still is sharing something on air. But then, we would talk about these things off the air, and we'd be like, that's something we could better, don't interrupt, no dead space, know what you're gonna say. And then that's when we also began to actually, plan the shows.
Mambo. Oh, el song de antes de esa que fue classic fulanito.
Pecho a pechuga.
Pechuga.
That we even threw a little merengue out there with Drake. What do you guys know about that?
Fito Blanco. Los dos canadienses, both from Canada. Merengue de Canadá.
We only needed Justin Bieber in there.
Yo solo que tú me quieres. Yo solo.
Quiero que
tú me des merengue.
Yeah, that's an exclusive. That's a throwback me and Brian have known about for a while,
Yes, for
Drake,
sure.
yeah. You think he's doing big things now? He was
he's just
expanding the genres back then.
Yeah, I know, right? If anything, he should be doing that because, I'm not a Drake fan, so I guess, I didn't even know his album was coming out this month, but, whatever. I was like, all right,
Low-key,
cool.
I didn't know either. And then I would cut in at the wrong time. So we learned the hard way, but definitely gotten better at that, We definitely talk more during the segments, talk beforehand. We talked to our manager who we know personally this year. Before, we had a manager who was kind of there. Now we have a manager who we ask, for advice, opinions. Do we sound good, etc. So, I'm definitely glad where the show's been going. I think it has a lot of...
Managing the show has been a lot of fun. All the components for the whole semester have been fun for me. I enjoy going in there. But probably the most entertainment, the most fun I had in the show was recording Brian and Renee dance and sing along in the studio. I feel like that creates a good environment for the show and for the audience that hears it. And for me, that's just a lot of fun.
I got you. That's the check. Oh, mire. Oh, te la paso.
I like that soldier from White Chicks.
Oh, we're matching with it. What's that thing that do? I don't know. It's like the kick. Big plays in the studio. Do the worm? No, I'm not down. I can do the worm.
Alright, let's see. That's all you need. Like the artist that you have.
Hey, you gotta get like this though. Hey.
Soy capaz de incapaz por ti diciendo, hago un pacto con el viento.
I'll turn it off right now.
And we're about to blast this in.
Girl, the way you dance, you are my one desire.
Tus besos, no señora, no se logra. Y es que nunca he podido olvidarme nunca de tu cuerpo. No señora, no se logra. No, no. Hey.
Oh, hey there. So, I found out about the R&B Show, probably from my friends, Renee and Brian. They're two of my close friends, and I just decided to take a listen, take a little gander. It was great. I know what I'm saying. Why is this the
It's been always an entertainment to watch Renee and Brian do the radio show. Stop doing that. I don't like smiling.
Go.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're at the show right now. Yeah. Eres mi todo, mi todo, mi... Oh, what's up, guys?